The Mafia, also known as La Cosa Nostra, is a secretive criminal organization that originated in Italy and has since spread throughout the world. It is known for its hierarchical structure, strict code of conduct, and violent methods of operation. In this video, we will be taking a look at the top 10 mafia bosses of all time, their rise to power, and their eventual downfall. Before straying, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. So let's start. Number 10. Paul Castellano. Paul Castellano was an Italian-American mobster who rose to power in the Gambino crime family in the 1970s. He was known for his business acumen and for his involvement in the construction industry, where he controlled many of the city's largest contracts. Castellano was also known for his conservative approach to organized crime, preferring to avoid violence and operate within the boundaries of the law. He was assassinated in 1985 by members of the Gambino family who were unhappy with his leadership. Castellano's death marked the end of an era in the Mafia, as the organization became more violent and disorganized in the years that followed. Number 9. Frank Costello. Frank Costello, also known as the Prime Minister of the Underworld, was an Italian-American mobster who rose to power in the 1920s and 1930s. He was a key member of the Luciano crime family, and was known for his involvement in gambling, bootlegging, and other criminal activities. Costello was also known for his ability to avoid violence, preferring to use his intelligence and wit to solve problems. He eventually became a target of the government's crackdown on organized crime and was forced to retire from the Mafia in the 1950s. Costello died of a heart attack in 1973. Number 8. Meyer Lansky. Meyer Lansky was a Jewish-American mobster who played a key role in the development of organized crime in the United States. He was a close associate of Lucky Luciano and was involved in many criminal activities, including gambling, narcotics trafficking, and money laundering. Lansky was also known for his strategic thinking and his ability to negotiate deals with rival criminal organizations. He played a key role in the creation of Murder Inc., a group of hitmen who were responsible for many of the Mafia's most notorious murders. Lansky died in 1983, but his influence on organized crime is still felt today. Number 7. Salvatore "Sammy the Bull" Gravano. Salvatore Gravano, also known as Sammy the Bull, was an Italian-American mobster who was a key member of the Gambino crime family. He was known for his close association with John Gotti, and for his involvement in many of the family's criminal activities, including extortion, racketeering, and murder. Gravano eventually became an informant for the FBI, and provided testimony that helped to convict Gotti and many other members of the Gambino family. He entered witness protection in 1995, but was later arrested for drug trafficking and money laundering. Gravano remains a controversial figure in the world of organized crime. Number 6. Joseph Bonanno. Joseph Bonanno, also known as Joe Bananas, was an Italian-American mobster who rose to power in the 1930s and 1940s. He was the founder and head of the Bonanno crime family, which became one of the 5 families that dominated the Mafia in New York City. Bonanno was known for his involvement in labor racketeering, extortion, and narcotics trafficking. He was also known for his ability to avoid violence, preferring to use diplomacy and negotiation to resolve conflicts. Bonanno retired from the Mafia in the 1960s and died of natural causes in 2002. Number 5. Carlo Gambino. Carlo Gambino was an Italian-American mobster who rose to power in the 1950s and 1960s. He was the founder and head of the Gambino crime family, which became one of the most powerful mafia organizations in America. Gambino was known for his low profile and his ability to avoid publicity, which allowed him to run his criminal empire without attracting unwanted attention. He was also known for his ruthlessness, as he ordered the murders of many of his rivals in the Mafia. Gambino died of natural causes in 1976. But his legacy lives on in the Gambino crime family, which is still active today. Number 4. John Gotti. John Gotti, also known as the Teflon Don, was an Italian-American mobster who rose to power in the Gambino crime family in the 1980s. He was known for his flamboyant personality, as well as his involvement in organized crime activities such as racketeering, extortion, and murder. Gotti became one of the most high-profile mafia bosses of all time. and was eventually arrested and convicted on charges of murder and racketeering. He died in prison in 2002. Despite his notoriety, Gotti is still remembered by some as a hero, as he provided jobs and other benefits to people in his community. Number 3. Vito Genovese. Vito Genovese was an Italian-American mobster who rose to power in the 1930s and 1940s. He was a key member of the Luciano crime family and was known for his involvement in narcotics trafficking, extortion, and murder. Genovese was also known for his ambitious and ruthless nature, which led him to plot against his own boss, Lucky Luciano, in an attempt to take over the mafia. He was eventually arrested and convicted on narcotics charges, and died in prison in 1969. Despite his downfall, Genovese is remembered as one of the most dangerous and powerful mafia bosses of all time. Number 2. Lucky Luciano. Lucky Luciano, born Salvatore Lucania, was an Italian-American mobster who is credited with creating the modern American mafia. He rose to power in the 1920s and 1930s, and was known for his role in organizing and structuring the mafia. Luciano was also known for his ability to forge alliances with other criminal organizations, which allowed him to expand his influence across the country. He was eventually arrested and convicted on charges of prostitution, and was deported to Italy in 1946. Luciano's legacy continues to be felt in the world of organized crime, as his innovations and strategies are still used by mafia bosses today. Number 1. Al Capone. Al Capone, also known as Scarface, was the most infamous American gangster of the 1920s and 1930s. He rose to power in Chicago during Prohibition, when he became the head of the city's largest bootlegging operation. Capone was known for his ruthless tactics, including the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, in which he ordered the murder of 7 rival gang members. He was eventually imprisoned for tax evasion and died in 1947. The mafia has a long and violent history, and its bosses have been some of the most notorious criminals in history. From Al Capone to John Gotti, these men rose to power through violence, intimidation, and corruption. While some of them died in prison, others died of natural causes or were assassinated by rival gang members. Their legacy lives on, however, in the myth and legend that surrounds them, and in the impact that they had on organized crime in the 20th century. Well, this is it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Thanks for watching.